Next. Hello everyone, and welcome back to this next episode of Free Software. I don't know why I did it so dramatic. Hi, welcome back. It's another time to begin looking at more free software. Specifically, we're going to be looking at software for editing. And I'm actually using the software to edit this video right now, so we'll get to that in just a little bit. Last week, we talked about free software for graphic designers. So if you haven't checked that video out, go ahead and link in the thing below. Sorry, I had to load there for a second. I'll make sure to double check and that's actually there, wherever that might be. But go ahead and check those videos out if you haven't already. So many of you probably already have free editing software on your computers. Microsoft has the Windows Movie Maker usually already installed, particularly Windows 10. iMac users will have the, what is it called again? iMovie, that's the one. Can you tell which I'm not really a Mac user? Now, a quick disclaimer before I continue. I did a quick Google search to see if there were other forms of free editing software out there. The last time that I looked around was maybe like 5 years ago or whatever it was. Point is, there was a period of time since I last checked. And oh boy, was I surprised. Turns out there are a number of free editing software programs out there, way too many for me to actually review. What I would say for here is I'm just going to review the two that I have actually used in some capacity, just so you're aware of them, because I don't want to talk about software that I haven't used. With that said, if you are aware of another software package specifically for editing and it's free, please let me know in the comments down below and we can have a discussion about it. I'm definitely more than curious to hear your thoughts. So we're going to keep it simple and we're going to review just two. And with this, we are going to start with our first software program. Let's dive in. So let's start by talking about Davinci Resolve. This is by Blackmagic Design, and you can download it for Mac, Windows, or Linux. Now, right off the bat, it has a ton of tools. This appears to be very professional software. I haven't even used all of them yet. There's a bunch of audio tools, there's visual effects tools in there, including masking and tracking, a lot of color correction stuff. If you want to see the full offerings, please head over to their website. They can go over the details way better than I can, and apparently you can do some pretty crazy stuff with it. For my 2 cents, here is what makes Davinci Resolve stand out to me. When installing, it asked me what other software I have used in the past, and it will make slight changes to the user interface to match what you have previously used. So this makes the learning curve a little bit less steep. Additionally, it is super fast at loading clips and editing. It just makes your editing workflow a lot faster. So far, this has been the fastest loading program I've used by a long shot. It also has a number of different window layouts specific to the task at hand. So for example, there's the cut window, the editing window, the color window, the delivery window for when you're ready to export, all these different things, and you can switch around really easily. And this was cool because it kept me from getting overwhelmed from all the options that are there. It also has something that I don't know if this is the correct term for it, but it looks like it's like smart editing of some kind. Basically, when you remove clips or sections of video, Davinci Resolve will attempt to move all the clips together automatically, so this will speed up your workflow significantly. So you don't have to worry about making a cut, moving one piece of footage, and then grabbing the rest of the footage and moving it over, and you can disable it if you don't want that feature. Additionally, there is a paid version of this where you can get customer support and more tools. However, the reason I'm mentioning it here, because even though it's paid, is that it's a one-time fee. It's not a subscription, which is pretty rare to see these days. So just to give you an idea of where I'm coming from, I've used Windows Movie Maker, Adobe Premiere, and I've even dabbled with iMovie. So far, this is my favorite editor. Just to give you an idea of like where I'm coming from. With that said, I do have to say I have experienced one weird issue, and that is audio clicks. This has maybe happened like one in maybe like every 10 or 9 projects or something like that. I will get these strange audio clicks that will be added to the project after cutting and editing. I don't know what causes this. Could be that it has something to do with my Windows system. I am on an older version of Windows. I'm on Windows 7. I know. I will upgrade. I'm planning on doing it next month. I'm going to see if that resolves the issue. But with that said, I am really happy with the software despite that little issue that I run into. There are fixes to get around it. And since it's only $300, I'm tempted to pop it down to get the dedicated support because I'm really happy with what I see. But I wanted to mention it here just so you are aware that that's something that happened and you have all the information. But overall, I'm really happy with it, and again, it's free, so I'm not complaining too much. Now, the other program I'm going to move on to is actually one you may not expect, and that is Blender. Blender actually focuses more on 3D modeling, animation, and visual effects. However, it has a timeline editor built in, so you don't have to worry about exporting to another program. Now, with that said, it is not as versatile as other programs I've used in the past, but it works pretty well. You can import and view clips, though I will say scrubbing through footage won't be great. You have to load it entirely and keep doing so when changes are made, so you have to kind of load it into RAM. Not the biggest deal in the world, but it does slow you down a little bit. However, there are the basic features of editing. Clips can be moved and extended, edited, and cut easily. You can have as many layers as you want, importing different clips, images, and audio files. You can even add simple fades and wipes, working with the already existing timeline to create keyframes. To my surprise, you can even add adjustment layers to adjust color and other small effects to the footage. And you can even add text, which is an added bonus. All in all, it's a very simple editor. It's quite clunky, but again, it's free, it works well, and it's already integrated with this large, vast software system. Feel free to take a look at it, and I'm actually going to talk about this a little bit more when we cover 3D software. So that's going to wrap up our episode about free editing software. Again, there were a lot more than I expected. If you have used any other software in the past that is also free, please let us know in the comments down below. I'd be more than curious to hear your thoughts about how it compares to other programs you have used or why you like it to use it for editing. So like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Consider hitting the subscribe button, and if you want to be notified when we do other videos, make sure you hit the bell icon to make sure you are notified when the videos are uploaded to that. No, not cloud, that's a different term. They're uploaded to the tubes. Next week, I'm going to be talking about free software for 3D modeling, so make sure you tune in there. And with that, I'm going to say have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.